Hey there, it's me again. I suppose you're wondering where we went on that little secret trip there that Heidi took me on. Well, it turns out we went on one of them there Caribbean cruises there. And I'll tell you one thing I learned on those cruises. People do an awful lot of eating and sitting. I did say sitting there. Anyways, one day I was sitting in one of those deck chairs. Oh, they call them deck chairs, well, 'cause they're chairs and well, they sit on the deck. But anyway, as I was in one of them deck chairs, and the guy next to me gives me a poke, and he just says, "Hey, whale!" Oh, I'm thinking in the back of my head there that, hey, this guy wants to go a couple rounds. So I starts to get up out of the chair there, and I see him pointing out into the water, and I look, and oh, there's a whale out there, and the water's coming up out of the blowhole there, and then all of a sudden the whale just flopped back in the water, and there's a big splash, and I turned to the guy there, and I says, "Say, I bet you need a pretty big net to get that one in your boat there, hey?" Well, he just kind of looked at me and didn't say anything. And well, then I said, I wonder when the best ice fishing is down here. Well, then he looked at me, shook his head. He got up and he walked away there. I don't know what his problem was. Anyways, we went on we left from Miami there, and the first stop was Labadee, Haiti there. And I know you hear a lot about Haiti, and this beach area is owned by the cruise line there. So it was a nice beach, and we sat on the beach for the day. And well, the next day we spent all day out in the water there on the boat. And when I got to thinking, gee, I should have brought my fishing pole along there and thrown the line out over the side there with a couple spinners, and maybe I could have caught something there. But anyway, then from there we went to, it was the ABC Islands, they call them. There was Aruba. Oh, and I know some of you are already thinking that Beach Boy song there about Aruba, Jamaica, and something about some llamas. But anyway, we went from there, and then we went to Bonaire, and then Curacao. And it was on one of them islands there. I don't know which one it was. Heidi says, "Hey, let's take one of those side excursions." So we went out in this catamaran there, and we were really zooming across the water there. And I said to the skipper, I says, "Hey, skipper, I tell you, this motor in this boat is so quiet I can't even hear it running." Oh, he says to me, "That's because we're sailing." And I says, "You're right, we're sailing right across the water. How fast do you think we go if you open this baby up?" I think I stumped him because he just stared at me and shook his head. Anyway, then we got back on the boat, and they had these people that come around there, and they come up to you and say, "Hey, would you like something from the bar?" Well, I'm thinking, yeah. So the guy comes on, he goes, "Hey, would you like something from the bar?" And I go, "Well, now you're talking there. Do you have any beer on this here boat?" And he goes, "Oh, yeah, we sure do." And I said, "Well, I'll have a Liney's." He said, "Sir, we don't serve Liney's." And I said, "Well, do you serve beer in this boat?" And he goes, "Well, yeah, we sure do there." And I said, "Okay, then I'll have a Liney's." He said, "Sir, we don't serve Liney's." I said, "Well, then I guess you don't serve beer in this boat, do you?" Well, he don't know what his problem was, but he walked away from me there too. Well, anyway, they got this like a mini Walmart there in the boat where they had stores where you can go buy stuff and everything like that. And well, anyway, we was down there one day, and they had this big pile of purses there, and Heidi says, "Oh, I think I'm going to buy myself a purse." And I said, "Good luck to you there on that one, because there must have been 100 women around there clawing after them purses." Anyway, Heidi dove right into the pile there with the rest of them, and in about 10 minutes she comes out there and she says, "I got a Kate Spades." And I said, "Well, you better give it back to her then." And she goes, "What are you talking about?" I said, "Well, Kate Spade, you got her purse there." And she said, "No, Kate Spade's a designer." Well, then I got to thinking, who's Kate Spade, and how the hell hard is it to design a purse? Excuse me there. Anyway, then I says to her, "Hey, how much did that purse cost you?" She said, "Well, it was on sale." I said, "I didn't ask you if it was on sale there." I said, "How much did it cost you?" Oh, she told me, and I said, "Jeez, I'd eat a lot of cheesecake on this boat to pay for that." And she says, "Well, I love purses. You're lucky I like you." Excuse me there. He must have caught a cold there on the boat. Anyway, she says, "I'm lucky I like you." And I said, "Listen here, I got the same wallet in my pocket I had when we got married 28 years ago, and you're on like your 412th purse." Well, she said something to me that made me realize it was probably my best interest to drop the subject right there, because, you know, I might be dumb, but I'm not stupid. Excuse me. Well, anyway, there, on the drive back there, she says to me, "How did you like the cruise?" And I said, "Well, it was pretty good there. I'm going to have a little sip here early there, folks. I get a little cough in my throat there. Just excuse me. Oh, yeah, I feel a lot better now. Anyway, she says, how'd you like that cruise there? I said, well, it was good. And she said, well, I signed us up for another one next year. And I said, ah, jeez. And she goes, what's the matter? Don't you want to go? And I said, well, it only gives me a year to practice my eating and sitting. Anyway, as you can tell, we're back in the man cave here, and there's only one way to celebrate when you're back in the Northwoods, and that's with a nice cold Liney's. Oh, it tastes so good to be back home. Here's to the next cruise, everyone.